Okay, here we go. This is Garrett, Tears to Joy Ministries.org. This video is called Are You Still Quitting? Yeah. Are you still quitting? You see, there is a big problem in Christianity. And the problem is this. We always quit things. We quit things all the time. When things get a little hard, we quit. When things get a little rough, we quit. When some things are coming against us, we quit. Now, let me give you a couple examples what I'm talking about. Okay, here we go. Number one, say for example, when we're at work and our boss starts picking on us over and over again, and the supervisor's falsely accusing us, and some of our coworkers are gossiping about us and talking about us, many times Christians quit. You see, when the going gets rough, we have a very, very bad habit of quitting. Okay, so here's another example. Sometimes we'll volunteer to join the choir at church. But maybe they're singing songs we don't like. Maybe a couple of the other singers we find out are gossiping about us, or they're telling secrets about us, or they're lying about us, and we find out. Many times we end up quitting. Sure we do. You know that. I know that. Or here's another example. Sometimes we'll be in church and the pastor says something we don't like. Or the band is playing music we don't like. Or they put in brand new chairs and brand new carpet and we don't like them. We don't like the color. They're not comfortable. And we end up quitting. Christians do this all over the world. How do I know? I talk to them. I know. Or here's another example. We're in church and they're teaching something about the rapture that we don't like. We don't like it. We get offended. So what do? We quit. We quit and we end up leaving the church and going to another church down the block. We have a very, very bad habit of quitting everything. We're constantly quitting. We cry over spilled milk and we end up quitting all the different areas of our lives. And this is a very, very big problem in the church. Now listen to this true story of what God had me go through. A couple years ago, I had no guitars for my music studio, no bass, no electric guitar either. And my sister offered to send me $500, so I accepted her offer, and I said, if it's okay with you, could I buy a guitar? And she said, yeah. So I ordered a famous name brand guitar from the largest music website probably in the world, the most famous one. And you know what happened? The guitar showed up broke. When they dropped off the guitar at my house, it was broke. So I had to send it back. So this time I decided, you know what? I'm just going to go to the guitar store here where I live and buy a guitar. So I used my sister's money again, same money. And me and my dad went to the guitar store and I got a guitar, brought it back home, didn't like it at all. I had to drive all the way back and go get my money back again. Then I bought another guitar. This was a beautiful, beautiful blue guitar. And this one was used, and I got an incredible deal on it and an incredible price. Brought it back home, didn't like it, went and got my money back. And why? Because I'm quitting. I just keep quitting and quitting and quitting. This is a big problem in some of us. So what did I do next? I went back to that same gigantic music website on the internet, and I ordered an acoustic guitar. Guess what happened? It showed up broke. Brand new, broke at my house. So I had to send it back and order a second one. The second one came about 2 weeks later. Guess what? It was broke. That's correct. It was also broke. You see, God does this. God is working on our souls. God is changing us from the inside out. And God will put us through trials at work with our bosses. He will put us through fiery trials at church with other members of the church. God will allow people to gossip about us, to test us, to try us, to put us in tribulation, to see how we will respond, to see how we will react, to see if we will forgive, to see if we're going to quit. And you know what most of us do? We quit and quit and quit and quit. So now listen to this. Let's continue now. So right now I'm depressed. I'm in despair. All the guitars are broke. Everything is broke. There's a problem with every single one, whether I buy them at the guitar store, whether I buy them on the internet, it doesn't matter. They're broke. So now I hop in my car and I go to another guitar store here in town where I live. And I was there for about 1 hour looking at all the guitars, trying to seek out God. Which one am I supposed to buy? Is it okay to spend $400? Is it okay to spend $700? How much can I spend? What is safe to spend? How good of a guitar can I get? And I'm there for an hour looking at everything. And the guitar saleswoman there was a young girl, and she was really, really pretty. And I was like kind of shy. And she would walk by and say, "Can I help you? Can I help you?" And I said, "No, no, no, no. I'm too shy." So I was just thinking about her. She had this long, like red hair. Anyway, I narrowed it down to a guitar. And it was cheap, it was inexpensive, and it looked okay. So I grabbed the guitar and I grabbed the girl and I said, "Hey, I think I'll take this one." And she said, "Okay, let's go to the computer and write it up." And we're going to the computer and something happened. God whispered to me, "Garrett, plug the guitar into the amp and check it out first before you buy it." Now remember, it's brand new up on the wall at the guitar store. So I say to the girl, hey, do you think we can plug it into the amp and test it out before I buy it? And she didn't like that too much, but she said, okay. So we plugged it into the amp. Guess what? It's broke. It was broke. It would not play. It would not work. It had some kind of electrical problem. Brand new guitar. Now, you know, during these tests, I want to quit. You know, during these trials, I wanted to quit. I wanted to give up. But I kept going and kept going. And we looked up on the wall where all the guitars were hanging, and they didn't have another one. So I felt like I was supposed to leave. So After spending a lot of time at the store, I left with no guitar. So I came back home and I ordered the same guitar as the first one. Remember, the first two showed up broke? I ordered a third one from the same music store on the internet. And guess what happened? The third one showed up okay. It wasn't broke. Hallelujah, praise God. You see, God's testing me. God's putting me in trials. He's putting me in tribulations. And he's doing the same with you, but you didn't know it. You didn't know about this, some of you. God is doing this on purpose. He's purposely having this happen to you at church. He's purposely having your bosses and coworkers turn against you. He's purposely having your electronics show up broke. And the main thing that we want to do is we want to make sure that we don't quit. But the story gets even worse. Now listen to this. Now I have to order a bass guitar. So I scour the internet and I spend hours and hours looking for the right bass at the right price that had good ratings. I ordered the bass and it showed up broke. It's broke, and it cannot be fixed unless I spend a lot of money. Now, I didn't return it and get my money back. Number one, I was frustrated. Number two, I wanted to give up. Number three, I wanted to quit. Number four, I was having a temper tantrum. But with God's grace, I didn't quit. Now, yeah, the bass is broke, but it still records okay. So the part of the bass that's actually broke doesn't affect recording. So I kept it. I didn't get my money back. I don't want to quit. You see, I've been quitting my whole life, starting as a little boy. When things got rough in baseball, I might have quit. When things got rough playing hockey, I might have quit. When things got rough with a girl, I might have quit. I don't want to be a quitter. Jesus never quit. He never quit once. Not one time in 33 years. So I kept the bass and I used it for recording because we got to march forward with God. Now I order an electric guitar. Remember, the other ones were broke or they had a problem and I didn't like them and I had to keep returning all of them and everything else. So I found a good deal. I found a good guitar and it's inexpensive, real cheap. And I get it brand new, delivered to my house, and it's broke. So with that guitar, I quit. I left it in the closet. I left it underneath my bed for months and months. Just let it be broke. I don't care. Let it be broke. I'm not going to touch it. I'm not going to play it. I don't care. I quit. But then Grace came a couple months ago, and I brought it to the guitar store, and they fixed it. And they fixed it for free. And it took 5 minutes. It took 5 lousy minutes, and the guy fixed it with a screwdriver. And he did it for free. So I offered him some money as a tip, and he said, no. And I said, yes, here. He said, no, it's for free. You see, God's trying to show me, Garrett, you don't got to quit. Garrett, don't give up. Garrett, I got it under control. Garrett, I am God. So I forced the guy to take a tip. I said, here, go buy some tacos for lunch. I gave him some money, and the guitar is fixed. I want you to know that God is doing this on purpose in our lives to mold us and shape us and change us into the image of his son Jesus, and also to humble us, to cause us to pray more, and to show us how badly we need him, and to show us that he is sovereign over everything, including our bosses, co-workers, church members, music equipment, and all electronics. Child of God, I want to encourage you, don't quit anymore. Stop quitting when the going gets rough. But humble yourself and pray for grace. Pray for grace from God that you can keep marching forward. Stop quitting. Don't quit anymore.